A big topic in some households today is downsizing. Should you? Shouldn't you? What's it all entail? Stick around and find out. Eaves is Billy's associate broker with RE/MAX in Bensalem, licensed agent with RE/MAX in New Jersey, and Probate elder real estate specialist. So if you think about downsizing, I'm going to give you some pros and cons. It's not like just moving from one house to a bigger house. When you're downsizing, that is an entirely different subject altogether with its own concerns. So usually when you're downsizing, it's because you're becoming a smaller family. Kids are grown, off to college, etc., or you're moving out on your own, downsizing from somebody else's house, but that's not what we're talking about. So the kids are grown and gone, and it's just you guys. So it's time to scale it back a little bit. Well, just moving into a new environment can spark things. It could be a pickup. It's new routines, new everything. It can be a really wonderful experience. So there's something to consider. New friends, new parks, new areas, that kind of stuff. The con with that is it's a little unfamiliar. You kind of get used to your routine, driving down the same block, same lights, the timing of different lights when you're driving, those little things. Now you have to learn a whole new area. So that's a pro and a con. A big pro with downsizing is it's a lot less work. It's a lot less work inside and outside. So outside, normally you have a much smaller lawn, or at least a smaller house. You don't have to climb 2 stories to, hang decorations and things like that. The downside with that is going for something bigger, even though you have less maintenance, you also have less space. So the big downside is you have to get rid of usually a lot of stuff. Now you get something with a couple of car garage and store things in there, but that's usually one of the downsides is you have to think about what you're going to do with all your stuff. So another thing to consider, it's a pro, is you don't have those unused rooms anymore. You can still keep a guest room, you can still, those are pretty common when people scale down to keep a second bedroom. But for the most part, the 3, 4, 5 bedroom house, you don't need that anymore. So you don't necessarily have to keep with the upkeep and the cleaning and all that kind of stuff that goes along with extra rooms. The downside again is smaller quarters. It can be pretty cramped when there's especially 2 of you and you're in the same room all day, every day, if you happen to be retired or something like that. So that's something to consider. It's where you're going to spend most of your time. If you still have a spouse, where's your spouse going to spend most of the time, or a roommate or partner, whatever. Will you get in each other's way? Do you have enough space for the both of you? The biggest con I hear from people is what I kind of touched on before. It's finding new routes to the doctor. Are you staying close enough? Are you moving close enough to stay close to your doctor? Or will you have to switch? That can be a big hassle. Especially as we get older, we tend to rely on the doctor a lot more. So that's something to really consider. What are you going to do for a doctor? If you can't keep your doctor, you're going to have to do, my advice is to do a little homework and see what doctors are in that area. What do people recommend? Facebook's a great resource. If you don't use Facebook, I'm sure you know somebody who does. Ask opinions. I know people a lot of times move into a neighborhood, they don't know anybody, go onto the community page and, hey, what's a good pizza place? Who's good for wings? What's a good doctor? What's a good pediatrician? The community jumps to your aid and answers all those questions. So check them out. Call the office, see what you think. That's the biggest con. The pharmacy, the doctor's office, the shopping, where you're going to go grocery shopping, those are all things you really want to consider before downsizing or moving anywhere, especially if you're moving where it's not convenient to keep up with the old routines. The biggest pro with moving and downsizing is the peace of mind. You don't have that big house to take care of, to break down, to need a heater, need a roof, and things that you can't do yourself anymore. Especially for downsizing, a lot of us end up going to a condo. A condo, they're doing everything for you. So the peace of mind, yes, there's a condo fee. Yes, you still have to pay property and school taxes because you own it. You own a piece of it, even though it's, in a building. but the peace of mind that you don't have to keep up with all that stuff anymore. And now you can kind of enjoy some of those, get some of your time back. A lot of them have community pools. Grandkids, if you have them, can come over. A lot of pluses to that, in addition to the lack of maintenance that you'll have to do. So is it time for you to downsize or not? I'll tell you what. Look for a link below. Available to you on PDF for free, 7 signs it's time to downsize. And as always, if you need any help, just reach out. Always available. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.